Greetings. My name is Michael Miller. This is a Michael Miller Pilates YouTube live broadcast. Out to you, my Cornu core students, I assume, who study the idea of the original work of Joseph Pilates and develop and share their awareness of Cornu Tension. That is to you, my students, and to my affiliates, that I'm blessed and I give thanks that you're watching. Right? That feels right. I'm blessed and I give thanks that you're watching. Surely you have something better to do. Number one, an update on Facebook, YouTube, Live. I just repeated what I did yesterday and I think the broadcast before, using an app to give me the control of zooming and going sepia. Sepia is nice. It fits in with the taste of which I've recorded a lot in the past. And it takes out so much detail and focuses more when I'm doing it in the movement, and hopefully hear the words. So Facebook on my phone, or no, YouTube on my phone has a button that just lets you go live now. And I think that is really the way of things. And then it becomes a matter of how adroit the person or the thing that holds the camera is as to what and how you stream live. Number two, which I'll add as comments after I'm done live streaming to YouTube, which I don't think is even open in my computer. Just me and my phone, and I hope that I'm streaming live YouTube. Amazing technology, right? Amazing. So, then number two is my trademark, Cornu, points to Cornu tension in the body, which happens between rotating axes in different directions to one another. And that description of energetic engagement is possible, certainly in almost any normal human being, and even those most injured are reaching for the ability to engage in the body in that way, I think, my opinion. So I've done workshops or emails or something where it was about find the Cornu in you, right? That's my most unique message that I've got, or profession that I've got, is that there's a feeling in this image. Seems like it's not hanging straight. There's a feeling in the image. I have to check alignment, but not now. So, whatever your concern or interest is about Pilates, if none, or your own personal thing, Cornu tension, Cornu, the ability to engage that, is a gift you give any body when you empower that human being to engage their body in that way, in Cornu tension. So, my title was Cornu is in everybody. Cornu is in everybody. This dynamic is in everybody. to the extent that we recognize it and develop our ability to exploit the physics that causes our recognition of it. There you go. If you're going to be human and exist in this world, in the gravity jungle, then knowing how to engage Cornu tension has its advantages. So now, okay, number 3, and there's only 3 topics in my lesson today. And the third one is about Pilates, and my comment to you is, or your comment to your student can be, what does Pilates have to offer you, or how deep Pilates can take you? Well, Pilates can take you as deeply as you care to go. And that there's an inference in that Pilates can go, as deep as you can, and perhaps then some. So it's funny that we equate depth, and yet when you go deep enough in one take of things, one view, it's as though when you achieve the complete coordination of body, mind, and spirit as a state of being in the moment of the doing, that is the moment that you seek, and at that point there is no more depth, you're just in that moment. If that makes any sense at all. So I think that Pilates takes you as deep as you care to go. And that doesn't mean you have to go deeper than you care to. Okay? But the deeper you care to go, this is for you, for me, about my take on Pilates, and that is that Pilates takes you to complete coordination of body, mind, and spirit, and in doing that, that's the depth of where you want to go or get to in your pursuit of the method. And it's amazing that you can deliver that experience to anyone to anyone, no matter how fit they are, by knowing that you're calling upon their listener, observer, to participate in their capacity as a human in controlling whatever movement you're after. It bugs me. It seems like straight is one thing in my spine and straight is another thing, and I'll look later. The point being about Cornu and Cornu in your body and what you do, by creating Cornu tension, you create a sensation that gives you feedback on your alignment. I read Balanchine said you shouldn't find where you are in space based on a mirror. You should know where you are in space from the inside out, right? And this image of Cornu tension and engaging Cornu tension, I don't know if there's a downside to it. Please point it out, because all this effort at creating this image of being long and tall at your neck, well, the dynamic way to do that is to create rotation around your ears and oppositional tension at your shoulders. Let that fill the apron, or let the weight of your body. So this is all from last broadcast, I think. The breathing mechanism and the connection of breathing of the ribs through the transverse into the grip of the hips. And the thrill of finding the inhalation once your ribs get flexible enough to feel that the inhalation really does inflate your rib cage with a tension like a, you know this, you feel this, right? That tension of the inhalation. And the imagery that I'm pointing to is Cornu, no matter what discipline or modality or whatever you want, whatever else you're calling it, the human being engages with the physics of its world in this way, between these axes. I think it's obvious and apparent, but and that's enough for me to make the broadcast. And then if you're listening, I'm honored and grateful that you listen, because I got to not only project the message, but experience the hope of being received, connected, that the sharing happens. So those are my 3 things for today. And I'm so grateful that it's a miserable day outside with miserable weather, and that I'm able with my phone to still do what gives me a connection to you, my student, and I can fulfill my nature as a teacher to try to help you survive as a Pilates instructor in the world out there. Thank you. Still here, still alive, even though live can't live forever. See behind the curtain, read between the lines. Add 2 and 2, direct your thinking, and as always, Geist, which is a German word for spirit, which in a very good German dictionary translates as one's mind's eye.